I just watched 2022's The Devil You Know. Let's get into it. The Devil You Know does have some notable actors in it, like Omar Epps, Michael Ealy, and even Michael Beach has a little cameo in there. But it doesn't save the movie. They give good performances, but the script is so simple. It has so many cliches and tropes that we've seen a million times before, and the first hour of the movie I find very boring. I get that it is meant for character development, it is trying to get you connected to these characters and these characters' family members, but it's just so many characters and it is so hard to care about most of them. The main character is filled with cliches. He's a good guy, but he had a really hard life. A bad past that just keeps catching up. He got in trouble and did more time than he feels like he should have. He feels like it's unjust how much time he got because it didn't feel like it was his fault. Yeah, you've heard it a million times before. And the actor, he did well with what he had, and I love this actor. He was in a TV show called Shooter, and he was considered, I guess, a bad guy for the majority of the show, and I didn't like him. Like, for a lot of the show, I was like, man, hurry up and kill him, get him, hurt him, and then boom, I cared about him. By the time the show ended, I cared about the character because the actor brought so much charisma and so much life to that character. He convinced me to like him. And in this movie, you know you're supposed to like him, and I do like Marcus, the character, but he doesn't feel real. He feels like he's just a trope. There are moments where he does feel like a real character. There are moments when he feels realistic. And there are some points in this movie where he does things that I didn't expect. And because he does those things, it helps me grow to care about him. But the way the movie ends feels like it completely destroys that by leaving something open-ended that it had every reason to answer. It should have went for what it was supposed to. Like, it should have answered the question that the movie ends with, but it doesn't, and it just blows my mind. I have no idea why. You know what? I didn't want to go into spoilers, but screw it. We're going to. So, Marcus has a brother named Drew, and Drew is a dirtbag. Like, I'm not even gonna front. He's complete trash. I don't know if we're supposed to care about him a little bit, because by the end of it, I completely hated him. He apparently gets caught up in bad stuff. He tries to act like he was just a driver for something that ended up getting an entire family killed. But I'm not completely sure, but I think the movie tries to insinuate that he was the mastermind behind the whole thing and actually the one that killed the family. Well, by the end of the movie, things start getting a little crazy, okay? It does do some things that made me go, whoa, what? What? No! What? I can't, what? But for the most part, it's a rather dry experience. There's a point where Drew goes in and he talks to the two guys that he has told people orchestrated the entire attack, orchestrated the whole thing, killed the whole family, yada yada yada. He goes in and he freaking shoots them. He shoots them. And it blew my mind so much because I didn't expect him to do that. Because at that point, I didn't know if he was actually like this awful person or if he was actually, wrong place, wrong time. He shoots him. So, well, that leaves all things right there. Everything's left at the door. Boom, right there. Boom, Drew's a bad guy. He is not a very good feller. But then things after that, he goes and tries to convince his family of this and tries to convince cops that Marcus is this kind of bad guy, yada, 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 all this stupid crap. And things don't really pick up for a while. And then, the end of the movie, they're all at the table, and I think Marcus's performance right here is probably the best in the film. He's supposed to be drunk, and he goes in and he sits down and he tells his family about how big of a dirtbag his brother Drew truly is. And some things get revealed here where apparently Drew gave his mom cards that were stolen from the murdered family's house, and the mom burnt them. And I don't know what kind of mother would just burn cards that implicates her son, or could even, save her son if her son is actually innocent. Now she burns him, so that would make him look 10 times worse if he wasn't this awful guy. So I thought that was kind of stupid. I don't know if that was supposed to show like motherly love or something, but that was dumb. But Marcus is telling his family, and Marcus's dad, I cannot remember what the actor's name is, but in this scene, he gives an amazing performance, like something I did not expect from this movie at all. And he convinced me that not only was he mad at Drew and disappointed in Drew, but he was also concerned for Marcus and he was concerned for Drew at the same time. Like, he felt like a real father who just wanted what was best for his whole family and the family that was murdered. Because the young boy from that family that was murdered, he ends up surviving. So for someone that has all of these sons, he gave a realistic performance that made me think that he actually wanted what was best for that son based on his experience as a father. And that did make me like the movie a little more, even though it's a drab, shallow, we've seen it 20 times before movie. But then, oh boy, this is something else that got me like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you ready? Drew freaking stabs Marcus at the dinner table. He stabs him with a knife. He just grabs the knife off the table and he yeets himself. He freaking yeets himself over the table and just stabs that sucker. He just, it blew my mind. I think Marcus was a little bit more hurt from that than I think he should be. I'm not entirely sure where he was stabbed or anything. They never talk about it. But that right there, that hyped me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, yeah, now the cops can come in and shoot Drew. Kill that sucker. Kill him. But I could also just be, making a movie a lot more fun than it actually is. Because I was so bored for the first hour of this movie that the simplest things could happen. And I was like, oh, finally something's going on. Woo! Yeah. Okay, this is earlier in the movie. I know this spoilers are going all over the place, but I had no intention of making this a spoiler review. Okay, earlier in the movie, Marcus gets set up with this girl, right? And she is like one of the most generic, paper-thin women I have seen in a movie in a while. She does not feel complicated whatsoever. She feels like she's literally a walking trope. She's like, oh, Marcus, blah 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 blah. She says so much stupid crap. It made me angry. And the fact that she starts accusing Marcus of knowing that Drew was implicated in the robbery the entire time, that he was involved in the robbery the entire time, and he didn't know that until she overheard Drew talking about it. Like, she was standing right there. If she was standing there, she would have heard that this is the first time that Drew has told Marcus that he was actually involved. But no, she gets freaking mad and she's like, I can't believe you didn't tell me that your brother was involved. He didn't know. But Marcus, in his paper-thin stupidity, he doesn't look at her and go, woman? I had no idea. I didn't know. How was I supposed to tell you? Nah, he don't do that. Nah, man. He don't do that. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, I don't even remember what the movie's called. But you can watch it. I just spoiled the whole thing for you. I didn't mean to spoil it all. That wasn't my intention coming in. But hey, you can watch it. There was some good acting in it, but everything felt very mediocre. It was probably pretty low budget, so I don't want to rag on it too hard, because I did have some fun with it after the first half of the movie was over. Like the second act, the last act, that was some good stuff, but first half of the movie, woo! It took a lot of build up. Oh well, hey, you want to watch it? Go ahead and watch it, because I might actually watch it again just for some laughs, just for some good time near the end, whenever, well, actually, never mind. It's not going to be as fun now that I know what's happening. And it's not going to be fun for you now that you know what's going to happen. Oh well. Watch it, don't matter. I don't recommend it. There's a lot of other movies to watch, but hey, I made fun out of it. Maybe you can too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below, whatever the heck you want to. Say something stupid, I don't care. I respond to most of them. Thank you. Have a good day.